stand up, stand up, stand up. There you go, there you go. Stand up for me. And I want you to repeat after me. My voice matters.
My voice matters.
Say it like you mean it. My voice.
My voice.
It matters.
It matters.
My voice.
My voice.
It matters.
It matters.
This side of the room, you got to say it louder than this side of the room because I think they're still asleep over here. My voice.
My voice.
It matters.
It matters.
My voice.
My voice.
It matters.
It matters.
This side of the room woke up real good. Yeah. I'm going to give you one more chance. Okay, one more. Then we're going to get started. My voice.
My voice.
It matters.
It matters.
Now, take a deep breath. Close your eyes. If your voice matters, then why are you not taking the leap? Sit with that thought. If your voice matters, why are you afraid to jump? Now I'm going to share another little story with you. When I was somewhere between 10 and 12, I was asked to sit on a panel at my church. My dad's a pastor. The pastor's kids get called on for everything. This was no different. They were looking for children or looking for youth that would explain to them why youth did not like coming to church. I was more than happy to sit on this panel because I had a lot to say. And it was one of those things we called a district meeting, so that meant that a lot of churches within the area came to one church for this meeting. So it was about 5 of us on the panel. And so the moderator steps up to the podium in his most distinguished self, and he said, "Tell us why you do not like coming to church." I was ready. I'm like, this question is for me. I raised my hand. He called on me. I stood up in my new dress. Hair was fixed. I was ready. I was poised to answer because my dad had always taught us that people will listen to what you say if your shoulders are back, your chest is out, your head is up, and you speak strongly from your diaphragm. So I stood up and I said, "We don't like coming because this not fun." You talk about what we have on. You don't do anything that we like to do. And as I'm saying that, another distinguished gentleman walks up beside the other distinguished gentleman that was there, and he said, "Hush." And he pointed at me. "Shut up," to stop my voice. I could have melted into the floor. Of course, I did what any little girl would do. I started crying and looking for my daddy. Because how dare these men tell me to hush and shut up? Shut up was a cuss word in my family. You said shut up, and my mama heard you were in trouble. So I stood there and I did what only I knew to do, was to run out of the room. I ran this way, my dad ran that way, and we met in the back hallway. I fell into his arms and cried like a baby. Because what those two distinguished gentlemen did not know was that all I wanted to be when I grew up was the next Oprah Winfrey. I wanted to be a talk show host. I wanted to do TV. I wanted to do radio. I wanted to talk because I felt like I was good at that. My mom will tell you stories to this day where I would line up my stuffed animals and I would do cooking shows with my Easy Bake Oven. And I would cook in my Easy Bake Oven. I would talk to the stuffed animals that were there. Then I would package up whatever I cooked. I would write a card and I would take it to family members, my grandmother, my godmother, whomever would eat my cookies that I made in my Easy Bake Oven as I was talking to my stuffed animals. So in that moment, they stole my desire for my voice to be heard. Have any of you had any experiences that have stolen your voice? Y'all didn't even have to raise your hand, but thank you to those that did. We have all had experiences that have robbed us of our voice, told us to be quiet, to hush. And little do we know, those experiences, we carry them with us throughout our entire life. I did not have the courage to step on a stage and talk again. Y'all ready for this? 2018, I decided I'm gonna make speaking my platform. I'm going to tell stories of things that have happened in my life that have allowed me to progress, to move forward, and do the things that I desire to do. So that experience that taught you to be quiet, learn from that to make the jump. That's what we're going to talk about, making the jump. All of these amazing speakers, give them a round of applause. Clap real hard for them. As I was walking through my presentation in my head, I'm like, they're talking about all of my stuff. Like, what am I going to talk about? But it just goes to show you that no matter where you come from, no matter your background, no matter your industry, we all share something in this room that is unique to this room. Aside from a couple of people that are in here, we're all women. And we carry the same journeys. I know we asked you if you wanted to marry a rich man a few minutes ago, and now it's just a tough room for you today. But we carry those experiences. We carry those experiences with us. One of my favorite quotes, I'm a quote person as well. A great accomplishment shouldn't be the end of the road, just the starting point of the next leap forward. So as you are gaining the courage to make your voice known, to be heard, you gotta know that one accomplishment is your launching pad for the next accomplishment. I love this picture. This is actually my cousin, Haley. Haley was 21 when she did this skydiving for her 21st birthday. And I tell Haley, I passed the crown to her. I was the only girl in my family. My mom has 8 brothers. They all have boys. My mom was the only one that had a girl until I was 19, and then here comes Haley to ruin everything. But Haley, when she was 21 years old, she skydived, and she has a shirt on that says fearless, that she wasn't afraid to make the jump. This was signature for her because Haley had been married, and her husband died tragically in a car accident. At 21, she'd been married, I know, and her husband had died in a car accident. So she carried a lot of fear in how to move forward in life, and this was her outward sign that I'm making the choice to move forward in life. So I use this picture all the time when I talk about being fearless and making the jump. It's time to break those barriers. How do we make the jump? How do we gain the courage? How do we get the oomph that we need to make the jump? Breaking barriers. We get comfortable being uncomfortable. Now, if I poll the room, I'm sure you would say there are situations where you have been uncomfortable. You have to get comfortable being uncomfortable in order to break barriers. Authority in any industry requires individuals that will stay curious, be determined, work strategically, align systems with desired outcomes, lean into vulnerability, and share what you learned with others. That's what it means to have authority. Now, you've heard all of that with everyone that has spoken in the room today. So it's a sign. If you hear it one time, okay. If you hear it 2 times, it could be a coincidence. If you hear it 3 times, that means you need to take it in and take action. So you've heard these things to lean in to authority. Lean into what you know. Lean into the people around you to bring support. So that's what gives you authority. So here are 4 steps, I think. Yeah, 4 steps to breaking barriers and becoming the authority in your industry, gaining the courage to take the jump. The first one is to build expertise. Y'all heard all this already, right? Build expertise. Become exceptionally skilled and knowledgeable in your field. Mastery of your craft is the foundation of authority. My dad told us, readers are leaders, and if you want to lead, you have to read. And if you read, you will always be the authority in your whatever you're trying to accomplish. No one can take away your knowledge. No one can take away an expertise, what you're expert in. As you're building your brand, when you leave here, I know everyone's going to go figure out the push and the pull, because I am going to go do it. So as you're doing that, what do you want to be known for? What are you the authority in? So build your expertise. Here's the second thing, confidence and resilience. What does it mean to be confident and resilient? Somebody, anybody in the room, shout out. What does it mean to be confident?
Fail fast.
Fail fast. We heard that earlier. There you go. Someone else over here, what'd you say? Knowledgeable. What does it mean to be resilient? To get back up. Resilience is one of my favorite words. It's like the bounce back. How quickly can I bounce back after failing fast? What's my bounce back? So what does it mean to be confident and resilient? To have self-belief. Confidence begins with believing in your own abilities and worth. Because if you don't believe in you, nobody else will. If you do not believe in you, no one else will. If you don't believe in the voice that you hear on the inside of you, I say the voice of my Shaundra, that gives you the confidence to speak, no one else will. So first and foremost, believe in yourself. Positive self-talk. Challenge your negative thoughts. Take captive, one of my favorite books says to take captive your thoughts. So challenge your negative thoughts. Self-doubt. Here you go, imposter syndrome. It was coming. It was coming. I told y'all that you've heard all of this. Imposter syndrome. Treat yourself with kindness and encouragement. Women, we're hard on ourselves. I did it just this morning. Like, I changed clothes 3 times. I really did. I bought this blazer yesterday at Marshall's. This is not what I brought here to wear. Because I was not being kind to myself. One suit, we came in here last night and we saw the room and I said, I am gonna bleed into the backdrop if I wear this. Then another one I said, oh, I'm gonna look so chubby if I wear this. We gotta be kind to ourselves. Then I had to take captive of my thoughts and say, Shaundra, you are a badass. So put on that jacket. Thank you. Go ahead. And walk into the room as the authority that you are. Because I read the lineup of the ladies that were gonna be on this stage. I know their background, but I'm also confident in what I do and my expertise. There's enough in the room that we can all eat.
That's right.
And sometimes as women, we forget that. We wanna, we don't think that there's enough. Someone said that earlier. So there's enough for all of us to eat. So be kind to yourself and encourage yourself. Here's the next one. Handle failure with truth. My word, my brand word is fearless. If you were to look at me on social media, you would find everything about me says fearless. It's tattooed on my foot. That's how dedicated I am to the word. That every room that my feet enter, I will enter it with a fearless attitude. That no matter what happens, I have the courage and the confidence to push forward in it. That's the brand that I carry. So handle your failure with truth. Face fear. It's okay. Fear is an emotion that will show up possibly every day of your life. There are 365 connotations of the word fear and fearless in my favorite book. So that tells me that every day that I wake up and my feet hit the ground, there's a possibility and an opportunity that fear is going to show up. But when it does, I'm resilient enough to tell it, get behind me. Not today. This is not what we're doing. I'm walking into the room with authority. I'm walking right up to that booth. I'm going to speak to that vendor. I'm going to tell them what I know. I'm going to tell them I'm going to ask for what I want. Ooh, that's a good one. I'm going to ask for what I want. I'm going to make a demand on the thing that I know I am knowledgeable in. So handle failure with truth. Face fear as a learning opportunity, and resilience is in how you bounce back. And here's the third thing, network, advocate for change. Be a vocal advocator for diversity and inclusion. Fight for your sister. Fight for the woman that's sitting next to you so that they have a seat in the room as well. Be a vocal advocate for diversity and inclusion. Encourage your industry to embrace different perspectives and talents. I love SEMA. I am a part of the SEMA family. They can't get rid of me now. I don't care what they say. I'm going to show up. Even when I'm not invited, I'm still going to show up and say, y'all just forgot to call me because this is where I'm supposed to be, here I am. But I love it because they embraced different perspectives and talents. The reason that we're all sitting in this room is because Pam said, hey, there's a need for women in our industry to have a space that speaks only to them. That is commendable. How many organizations are doing that? Not many. So to have this space and this place at this organization, it's awesome. So highlight the value of diversity and driving innovation and success. And then here's the last one, network and support. Establish a strong network of, y'all, I swear we did not look at each other's presentations. I promise you we did not. So this is probably the third or fourth time you're hearing this, right? Establish a strong network of allies, mentors, and fellow professionals who can provide guidance and support. Collaborate with like-minded individuals to strengthen your position. I would not be standing on this stage had I not been given the opportunity. Had someone not spoken my name in a room that is no way in the world I would have ever been in. But for Pam to call and say, hey, can you come talk about this? Absolutely I can, because she was a sponsor for me. She went ahead of me. So build a network of support, and my favorite way of saying this is, girl, get your circle right. Girl, get your circle right. There is a statistic that says you're the average of the 5 closest people to you. Think about the 5 people that you spend the most time with outside of your kids. I have 2 of them, and they're just always there. Outside of your children, the 5 closest people you spend the most time with. Now, here's the kicker. Your success or your failure can be directly connected to those 5 people. That makes you want to have lunch with someone different, doesn't it? I need to call a new number 3. But your success or your failure is directly connected to the 5 people that you spend the most time with. So your future, your ability to take the leap, your ability to jump, cannot afford for you to be in the company of the wrong individuals. Ooh, wee. So girl, get your circle right. And here's a bonus. Emotional regulation. Whew. Everybody take a deep breath. Ladies, we have to regulate our emotions. As we're having conversations, as we're asking, as you're having those hard conversations, have someone that you can cry with. Been there. Like, let me go here and just get it all out so that I can gather myself to have a conversation and ask and demand what I deserve. So learn to manage your emotions effectively, and this can help you stay calm and composed in challenging situations. So what I want to leave you with today, more than anything, is that your voice matters. It matters to your career, to your success, but it also matters for those that are coming behind you. It matters for the little girl that's looking at you, your daughters, your nieces, your cousins, your coworkers, whomever is in your sphere of influence, and we are all influencing someone. We're all influencing someone. Your voice matters to that person. Your voice matters. And no matter what, don't be afraid to take the leap. Don't be afraid to jump. Now, I'm going to need you to do something here as I close. I want you to stand up again. Come on, you can do it. We're almost there. We're almost there. And one more time, and I want you to say it this time with the thought in mind that I'm not going to be afraid to take the leap. I'm not going to be afraid to jump because my voice matters. Are y'all ready? Together, 1, 2, 3. This side of the room, my voice matters. My voice matters.
My voice matters.
All together, my voice matters. And it does. My name is Shaundra Dineen, and I will tell you to be bold, be brave, be courageous, be fearless, and whatever you do, do it afraid.